Well, good morning. It's good to see you on this Tuesday morning as we are coming to you from the frigid tundra of Mississippi. It is so cold. I'm not made for this. I'm not made for the cold weather. I'm just, it's just not for me. Just not for me. It's like the old Louis Grizzard line. He told me, he said one day, he said, say what you want to say about the South, but nobody retires and moves up north. It's just too cold. I, I'm A friend of mine told me the other day something that I believe. If the temperature is lower than my age, I'm not leaving my house, and that's kind of how I feel. So anyway, I hope you. Another meme I like. It said, "Some people suffer quietly, not me. I'm going to complain. You're going to know about it. I'm cold, and I'm going to complain because I'm just not made for this. My wife is. I'm not. So anyway, we're in. It's funny. James, we're reading James 5 today. We're going to read James 5. 7 and 8 today. Tomorrow is 9 and 10. Tomorrow talks about grumbling. So maybe I should read tomorrow's reading and meditate upon it so that I'll stop complaining about how cold I am. So let's read James chapter 5, verses 7 and 8 this morning. Be patient, therefore, beloved, until the coming of the Lord. The farmer waits for the precious crop from the earth, being patient with it until it receives the early and late rains. You also must be patient. Strengthen your hearts, for the coming of the Lord is near. So we see in Advent especially a repeated theme about patience. Patience is a constant theme in the season of Advent. You think about the people of Israel. They had been waiting for a Messiah for hundreds of years. There had been thousands of years since God's um, call of Abraham to the birth of Jesus, thousands of years. And now we see here um, hundreds of years. The time between the last of the Old Testament prophets and the birth of Jesus was 400 years. Think about that. 400 years passed between the last of the Old Testament prophets and the birth of Jesus. That's longer. That's longer than the United States has been in existence. Almost not quite double, but you know, that's how long the people had waited. And we are an impatient generation. I know every generation is impatient. So that's the Bible always talks about waiting. That's why waiting is such a constant refrain in Scripture because people by nature are impatient. We are in by nature. We don't like to wait. We don't want to wait. We grow tired of waiting. That's just kind of our nature as humans. But I think our culture is maybe the worst, or it's not good because we live in an age of instant gratification. You don't have to wait. We don't have to wait for anything. And then as we become more digital with our phones, with all of our short videos, our attention span is shrinking. So we don't like to wait. Delayed gratification, they say, is a sign of maturity and adulthood. We live in a culture that doesn't understand nor like delayed gratification. So that's why I think the words of Advent are even more important to us now than they've ever been because we don't want to wait. We don't like delayed gratification. We don't want to have to wait for what we want because waiting implies things are beyond our control, you know? Like if I have to wait, I can't conjure it. I can't make it go faster. Think about it. How many of us at the elevator sit back and push it again even after we push it? You pushing the elevator one more time is not going to make the elevator come faster. Yet how many of us do that? How many of us, raising my hand, sit and look at the microwave while it's already cooking a meal very fast. In fact, I don't when Holly's out of town and I'm eating my nutritious microwave dinners I tend to eat sometimes. Uh, I don't. I microwave it. I don't even want to do it in the oven because the oven's gonna take 20 minutes. I'm gonna put in the microwave for 4 minutes. Is that gonna be as good? It is not gonna be as good. It's gonna be rubbery. It's not gonna taste right. But I still put it in the microwave because it's faster. Because I don't want to wait 20 minutes. I'd rather wait four. And then while I'm waiting the 4 minutes, I stand at the microwave and look at it, giving the microwave a death stare, thinking that death stare will make it go faster, and it doesn't. We don't want to wait. But think of how often we have to wait. The doctor's appointment's not for a few months, and we wait. We're in a situation where we are finding ourselves with a hurdle or an obstacle that we can't fix. So we have to wait for it to be resolved. Our work has dynamics that we can't change. And so we wait. We have to deal with challenges that are beyond our control. We wait. Advent is a season of waiting. We wait. But while we wait, we know that God is doing something well. We must be patient. We must learn to trust. We must have faith. Strengthen your hearts, for the coming of the Lord is near. Now, as we've talked about in Advent, the coming of the Lord means, yes, the Lord's literal coming is near, but also the way the Lord will come and surprise us, or change us, or resolve situations, or take care of things. The Lord's coming is near. It is. So be patient and trust and trust. I don't like to wait. I don't like to wait. Waiting quite often is where the Lord shows himself. The people of Israel waited for hundreds of years for the birth of the Messiah. We wait 2,000 years later for his return. A lot of kids today are waiting for Christmas. You may be waiting for something in your family life or in your own personal life. So we wait. We wait. So do not grow weary. And keep in mind the thing that you're waiting for. So as the farmer waits for the precious crop from the earth, being patient with it until it receives the early and the late rains, you must also be patient. So what did Paul say? We do not grieve as those who have no hope. We do not wait as those who have no hope. For one day the season will be over. One day you will hear the results from the doctor. One day the situation at work will resolve itself. One day the family dynamic will change. One day the situation will be resolved. If we do not grieve as those who have no hope, friends, we also do not wait as those who have no hope. So keep in mind the thing that you're waiting on. Keep in mind the results that you're looking for. Keep in mind what God may yet do in our waiting. Be patient. I like to think waiting, as somebody who doesn't like to wait, waiting is an act of Christian discipline and an act of Christian growth, because when we wait, we give up control. We give up our power. We give up our ability to change. We have to just sit and wait and trust. So today, those who wait upon the Lord will renew their strength. They will mount up with wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. Even youths faint. But those who wait upon the Lord will mount up, will run and not grow weary. So today, do not grow weary. Wait. Be patient. Know that God is in the waiting and God's in the work, and that God will show himself at the appropriate time. So trust in what God's doing. So tomorrow in our devotional reading, we're gonna finish this little section in James. We'll read tomorrow, James 9 through 10. So I would encourage you, if you want to read ahead, read James 9 through 10 to get ready for tomorrow's reading. So, hey, I can't wait. See what I did there? To be with you in the morning. Thanks for being with us. Have a great day.